first we try to understand the formula of cosine rule, okay? Remember, small alphabets, we are all talking about lengths. So all these are lengths, all right? Then after that, actually all you need to note is help me to recognize this and this, because what we have to understand is that the length that is going to be in front has to be same as the angle opposite that particular length. Okay, so the formula B and C is interchangeable, but A you have to make sure is the correct one. Okay, so what we do is, how do you recognize when to use cosine rule? Slightly different from sine rule is that this one here, together with the unknowns, we always need 3 lengths and 1 angle. Okay, so this formula also the same. It can help you to find length. It can also help you to find angle. All right. Okay, so when we see this, right, what I want you to do is always help me to spot the opposite one first, which means that we have to make use of this, make use of this. So this is my A, whereas the other one comes interchangeably. You can use any pattern you want, all right, any order. Okay, so what we have here is that if I have x square here, so 8 and 6 doesn't matter. 8 square first or 6 square first also doesn't matter, okay? I'm supposed to write 2 times 8 times 6, right? Then we just have cosine 55. All right, usually for cosine rule, it weighs a little bit more because there's a little bit more manipulation to do. But what you want to do is you want to find x. Okay, whenever we square root something, we understand that there will be plus and minus, right? But for length, we don't usually care about minus, so you don't have to put in your plus and minus. Okay, if you want, you put in, then you reject negative at the end. So what you're supposed to do is, or just need to help me to punch in your calculator. As simple as that. Okay, just help me to punch in. Can I copy this thing only? Oh, cannot. Okay, never mind. Then I'll just write it all out. Okay, so punch in this thing, 8 square, 6 square, 2 times 8 times 6, cosine 55. Same thing, angle your calculator in degree, okay? So punch in exactly. Minus 2 times 8. Oops. 2 times 8 times 6. Just cosine 55, close, done. So length, right? So length will give me 6.70. I also don't know the units. Can be cm, can be anything. So just 3 significant figure. Okay, when you are required to find the length, just help me to take note, important. Just make sure that the length and the angle must be this one and this one. Then you'll be fine. Okay, cosine rule, but this time cosine rule, my unknown is an angle. Okay, so like from the previous video, you have to help me to understand that if I want to plug in my angle here, that means this one must be the one directly opposite it. Okay, so directly opposite, so use this one here. All right, so what we do is, let's plug in our formula first, okay? 8 square, so the other one can be anything. So you notice, right, we have 3 lengths, 1 angle. 1, 2, 3 lengths, 1 angle. Okay, that's all we need to use. Write a bit bigger. Okay, so this one here is 8 square. The next one is just 4 square plus 9 square. Doesn't matter, okay? 2 times 4 times 9. Then I will have cosine theta. All right. So when we reach something like that, a lot of schools, right, they have another formula for finding the angle. But that one is not given a formula sheet. So a lot of times students, y'all will go and memorize, right? But let's not memorize if we can. I'm just going to help y'all to see how we can simplify this whole thing, okay? Okay, so we're going to start from 8 square first, which is 8 square will give me 64. All right, 8 square will give me 64. Then do the pink color one. Just press calculator. 4 square plus 9 square. This one will give me 97. Now we do the yellow color one. This is 2 times 4 times 9, which is negative 72 cosine theta. Okay, so when we reach this point of time, right, I want you to realize what you're finding. You're supposed to find, wait, I changed this color so light. Yeah, one, you are supposed to find theta, correct? So let's manipulate lah, like normal algebra like that. Bring this over, okay? So if I bring this over, it becomes 72 cosine theta, correct? Because it was negative on the right side. Then 97 stays here. This guy, bring over, becomes minus 64. 97 minus 64. So that means what we get is 72 cosine theta will give me 33. So now should be can do already. You're supposed to just help me to bring this guy over, which means that for my cosine theta, this is 33 divided by 72. If I want to find theta, bring over the cosine again. So bring over the cosine. Just get me this. Okay, so this is an angle 1 decimal place, 62.7 degrees, 1 decimal place. Just check again, make sure it's an acute. That's a very good habit. Just help me to check acute. Okay, done. All right, so if you can, throw away that thing that you need to memorize. All right, manipulate from here. It's just very simple making the subject algebra.